Hey, I'm Decathlon Gamer. Welcome back to Pro Cycling Manager 2019. This is Career Mode, episode number 43. We're now at the Volta Ciclista Catalunya, so we're in Catalunya for the next race. It's just about the end of March, so we're just about to head into that transition period where we start looking into next season. And of course, the objective is to try to get the team to World Tour status. I have two riders out of 76 that are both signed on for next season already, so that's going to be a big step for us. The big thing, though, is going to be trying to retain the services of Brandon McNulty. McNulty, still out of 72, has not leveled up. He's gone through this whole season not leveling up, and McNulty, right, is supposed to have really high potential. Not sure why he hasn't leveled up yet, but in a way, it's a good thing because we want that renewal. The downside is it's 1st of August. I'm not sure he's going to last that long before leveling up. And if he's suddenly 73, 74, 75, yeah, we're screwed. Best possible thing that could happen is Brandon McNulty stays a 72, does not level up until we sign a deal with him right away at the beginning of August. The moment that's done, signed, sealed, delivered, he feels good from it, and bam, levels up right then and there, and then hits, 74, 75, giving us that little boost we need to push towards World Tour status. We'll see how that goes, though. We've still got quite a while before that period, but the opening stages per preparation is coming very soon. Now for Catalunya, we're bringing Barta, Venepol, Felci, Mather, McNulty, and Owen, meaning we are bringing a punchy and overall team. No sprinters coming to this one, so stage 1, I'm going to quickly bypass that and we'll move on to that next stage. Outside of Michael Matthews, the whole field is on the same time. Michael Matthews won the first stage. 17.7k to go, and we are just about to the base of the climb. There you can see the 5k banner to the top of that climb, and here is said climb as we head up that hill. It's not that steep, it's not that bad, but it's definitely going to do some damage, and it is about 5k in length, so that's a decent little climb. There's also a decent little descent down the other side, and it's just 11k to the finish line from there. So not everybody's going to get there. We have a couple riders off the back now, but otherwise the bulk of the peloton is together. Just 20 seconds to the breakaway riders. The for Betancourt is there, so you got a decent rider in that group, but they're definitely not going anywhere, just 20 seconds ahead. Here's the plan. Sprint train from now. Now, I do not have a sprint team. It's not what we're here for. We're riding for the overall. That is Venepol, and that is McNulty. McNulty on the back. Not quite as good on the hills as Venepol, so we want a Venepol safe. McNulty just tagging along. Then we need our hills guys to get us over the hill. And the hill's coming first, not at the end. So Barta and Owen are going to be out front. So Owen's going to go first, then Barta. Barta, then Owen. So we'll use Barta's gel now. Owen will follow. Then our other three guys are going to go in between. We're going to start with whoever's a good descender. Mather is the top descender, then Felci. So Mather is going to lead out of Venepol. And then we've got Felci, and then we've got Mather, and then they'll get behind. So we want a quick descent. We want to attack the finish, and we're just going to kind of charge right on through with these guys and attack this hill and see if we can't leave most of the field behind us. That's the objective. So we'll see what we can do with this one and get it down to kind of just a Venepol and McNulty there at the end. I'm okay with just those two being left. Alright, so Barta's going to start his attack. We're going to start on a 95. 4k to go to the top, and it looks like he's getting challenged from behind, so we'll go ahead and back off to 95 again. Okay, Barta is done. We're going to get him onto the back. He might have enough hills. Oh, we have split the field to 9. We have split the field to 9, so this is really good. Mather, though, don't get dropped. Mather, let's get you behind McNulty just in case. Still 2K to go to the top, so it is taking a little bit longer than I was hoping, but we're going to keep pushing, and we're back on.
Oh, the list of those left behind goes on rising.
Alright, so Mather, go ahead and attack. Owen, jump onto the back. Mather's done. Felchi, your turn. So we definitely haven't been dropped, but unfortunately I didn't have enough guys capable of getting us over those hills. We did just split the field down to 49, and it shouldn't come back together any more than this. Mather, you're done. Jump into the back. Now, Mather, get back up here. Barta, Owen, they can still get back into the front, so we can reorder this group. Felchi, meanwhile, though. 7.7k. Felchi doing his job. Everybody else in position. Now, Barta, Owen, Mather, they're all there and actually recovering. So I'm going to have these guys, and McNulty's just fine. Mather, I'm not so sure about, so we're going to switch this up. Drop these guys back down the order. Mather's just a bit tired, so I don't want to risk getting him into the mix, but Felchi.
There are just 5 kilometers left.
Okay, 5k. Everybody left, use your gel, and go 99 here, Felchi. Mather's going to be ready to go here in just a moment. 3.8k. Might not have destroyed much of the field, but at least we've stretched it down to just 49 riders. 2k to go. Mather, sprint. Barta, sprint. Owen, sprint. McNulty, sprint. Oh, everybody sprint. Everybody sprint. Barta, Owen still in it. McNulty still in it. Michael Matthews is going to get it, but Owen is so close. McNulty steals 4 seconds, though. I'll take that. Owen gets second in the process. Evenipol 13th, so no time losses or anything. We're right up there. Michael Matthews just too strong of a sprinter. So close to getting that stage, though. But the big thing was we cost 2/3 of the field time. So 2/3 of the field will lose time. That's the big part. McNulty gains 4 seconds. Small part. Oh, and doesn't matter. I mean, when we get to a real climb, he'll lose time. But I'm trying to remember, does Catalunya have a real climb? I need to double check the profile. Let's go ahead and do that before we start stage number 3. So Matthews now 14 seconds clear. Owen into 2nd place. McNulty into 5th. And then at 20 seconds, you have the bulk of the field. And that's a lot more than 49 riders. They gave same time all the way down to 113 on a hills stage that had a clear gap over the top, more than 11k from the finish line that never came back together. Yeah, there you go. This game does it to me again. Oh, we do have a mountain stage, or do we? We'll see. Stage 3. Hills, yes, I could agree with that being a hills classification. That is a mountain stage. That is a massive climb. And then you're not even done yet. That's some pretty serious climbing too. Yeah. Sprint stage. And even that's just enough, I think, that's going to do away with most of the field by the time you get to the end. So, yeah, a lot of climbing the rest of the way. One thing I want to take a quick look at before we move into that next stage. This is the objectives. We've only done 4 so far. Now, sponsor confidence is very high, largely due to this. The Trino Adriatico stage win for Philipson. That was huge. Double plus there that really pushed the sponsor confidence up. Registered riders, we've been able to do a little bit there as well. So, good things. But of course, on the objectives, we have 6 World Tour race objectives in a row. The massive gain for us ultimately has been that top 5 in the Strada Bianchi for Brandon McNulty taking the win from the breakaway. That was awesome. That's what has gotten us in the position we're in so far. But we have 3 still to go. Now, in terms of importance, they're all up there. I mean, they're all 2 stars or better. But the only one that's still relatively important is getting a top 5, the MGN Tour of California. But this could hurt a little bit. Dwarf Lundgren, not a classics team. We got lucky. We really got lucky at Strada Bianchi that we were able to get the win from the break. Dwarf Lundgren, I need to put someone in the break again and hope for the best, but definitely not counting on it. Which means more likely we're going to see something like Omloop Het Nieuwsblad, where Ooms, our top guy, just squeezed his way into the top 25, which is well out of range. So that could hurt. That could bring us down. Turkey could probably get a stage win. There are 3 sprint stages, so Philipson could probably get the job done for us there. Amgen Tour of California, I would think Evenepoel could pull a top 5, especially with only one serious climb. So that's doable. That's doable. This one a little bit worrying. So we'll see what that does to our sponsor confidence. Once we get out of this stretch, though, things get easy. The objectives are minimal and not world tours, and we should easily get all of those. But of course, it only matters through July anyway, so there's only 3 after that. That's the big concern coming forward. This race, no big deal. We'll just have fun with this one. Step away from Catalonia for a bit, and we step into Belgium. So we have the Bruges de Payne, and it's 192 kilometers sprint, but it is cobbled. However, we are already past all of the cobbled sections. There wasn't that many. They weren't that intense. It was just, light. So this is a World Tour Classic, and that's why we're here. Otherwise, I would have just bypassed it. So good chance to get some World Tour points for this one. Philipson is here, giving us a real possibility of taking the victory. And he actually is among the favorites. Now, in terms of cobbled riders, as Nick Roche tries to form a new breakaway, the real favorite, at least cobble-wise, is... who is it? Toynes is among the favorites. It's Wout van Aert, so Jumbo-Visma rider, is that favorite. Stefan Kung is here. So you get a lot of guys that are actual cobbled riders. Not too many actual sprinters, though. Jens van Rensburg among the favorites. Ooms would be among those favorites, but really, with everything behind us already, we are now set for a sprint finish, meaning Philipson is certainly among the fastest sprinters here. So he's got a real shot at taking the victory today. We'll see what we can do as we go under 30K. The breakaway, very minor. It's just Nick Roche, so still him off the front, 25 seconds ahead, and he's all alone, so he will be caught. One thing to keep an eye out for, though, is we are dealing with some heavy winds. They backed off a little bit. They were near 50 earlier, but 40 kilometers per hour, and it is heading into the finish line. So it's actually a tailwind, meaning we're going to be able to sprint a little bit further out than we might normally. And with the whole field together, we've got a little time before we need to go here, but I think we'll go at about 12K. And then we'll attack things pretty dang hard. So we're getting a pretty big acceleration from the field right now. But a lot of riders have recovered. For a little while, we were actually down to 20-30 riders in the peloton, as we now are down to 11K. So it's time. Let's set things up. It's all for Philipsen. There's no second day here. Ooms or Gaudry? Let's see. Ooms does have a better sprint, just not the acceleration. Gaudry's got a pretty strong acceleration, so I'm going to follow Ooms and then Gaudry, and Gaudry can get us some good speed. Now from there, I think Sean Bennett's probably the next. It is Greg Daniel, Narvaez, and Garfield. Use Narvaez's gel, get him ready to go 10K. And how are we looking? Where is everybody? There's Narvaez. Ooms, come on, you gotta get through this crowd here, buddy. And Daniel, what are you doing way back here? We never should have been back there at any point in time. Down to 7K here, come on. This is ridiculous that they are this far behind things when they never should have been behind in the first place. The whole team was right at the front of the field. How are we looking now? 5K to go. Everybody, use your gel, please. Are we still back here? Okay, well, Philipsen's finally coming through, but these guys are still getting caught out with 4K to go. We're going to quickly transition out these guys with such a short distance. Narvaez, it's your time, and it's time to go 99. Daniel's time. And we're finally in position. However, we're down to 2K. So, Bennett, give me your acceleration with your sprint, please. As we get blocked by Bahrain Merida the moment we take off and try to open it up. Okay, Gaudry, yours. Philipsen coming out a little late here to the party. Ooms and Philipsen, we're going to wait till 400 meters. He's going to take second, isn't he? Oh, Pascalon. Ay, that was so ridiculous. I have no idea what happened there, as we were set to high 90s and the whole team should have been right there at the front. But the moment I go to form the sprint train, I've got 2-3 guys 30 wheels behind. I didn't see what happened with that. So waiting till 11K to go shouldn't have been too late. When you leave it 6-7K out, that's definitely too late. 11K should have been enough. I should have got it 12, but still, what were 2-3 riders doing 30 wheels down at that point? No idea. No idea on that one. And Philipsen was still coming from too far behind as we got into that final 3K, which is why I was trying to sprint those guys that early and instead of just effort 99 holding front position. That position makes a huge difference, and instead we take second to Pascalon, who's only a 74 sprinter. Philipsen should have beat him. Really should have. Machete was the other favorite, by the way, 78 sprinter. And we did beat him. Gaudry takes 5th. Ooms takes 7th. It's going to be worth points. Just disappointing that we didn't come out with the win. Trek Segafredo losing sponsorship at the end of the season. We go back on to Catalunya, though, and Stage 3. This one is a little bit punchy. We'll join it before this final climb. This first climb will thin the field out, I think. Might not. Final rider of the break is just about to be caught. There you go. He's back in the group. 106 in the peloton. Quite a few riders out the back. Mather's out the back. Mater's out the back. They're in the same group. Felchi is at the back, just hanging on. He's been on the edge of being dropped ever since the top of the climb. Has hung on to the group, but he'll be dropped pretty soon because he's not recovered. Pace has been hot enough that recovery has been minimal. That's mostly a good thing, as I'm down to 4 riders. Barta and Owen still struggling a little bit, but Evenepoel and McNulty are looking pretty good. And we're seeing a little acceleration. Also, those 2 riders just temporarily off the front, but I think they're just trying to up the pace, up the tempo. So we have 7K to the top of this Category 2 climb, and then we continue uphill to the finish. So these 4 are just trying to hang on for now, and then we'll look at things eventually. But you can see Felchi about to go out the back. We've already lost 5-6 riders out the back, so guys who are doing even worse than he is. There's another 4 that have been dropped. But you can see another 5 that are being dropped right now. And here's the next 5 that are getting dropped. Here we go with 4 more. 3 more. We just keep thinning out as we head up the hill. And we're going to get down under 70 in a moment. We'll be under 60 here in a little bit. And meanwhile, here is what we have left at the front. Barta already going backwards. Barta in the group that's about to get dropped. Owen, the next one who's about to go. So McNulty now, it's his duty to protect his team leader as we get down towards the end. Now, as we go over the top of this, 3K to go still, but I think Evenepoel should get over the top okay. But we're definitely getting down to a small group. It's thinning out a lot faster than I expected. Owen's out. Barta's out. And we go through the tunnel.
The pace has slowed somewhat. It's perhaps due to fatigue, but I'd bet on some sort of tactical choice.
And there we go. Things are going to level off a bit, but it's still around 3% gradient. Now leveling off temporarily. 51 riders. McNulty's going to get us there. Evenepoel not looking for a fantastic result by any means, but 8K to go. I'm going to go ahead and use McNulty's gel now. He might not make it to the finish if the pace is high. We'll go just under 6K, but since it's uphill, there we go. 5K to go. Seeing an acceleration from Sunweb. I'm going to let others chase them down. I don't think I'm in contention for a top 5 for Evenepoel, but maybe we can get a top 10 for him. So if 1 or 2 riders get away, that's not going to hurt me. 3K to go. McNulty's nearly done. Evenepoel, we need to accelerate a little bit here. We're slipping backward. Okay, 1K to go. 1K to go.
The sprint is on. The riders are setting themselves up.
500 meters. There's the finish. Again, we weren't going to win a sprint, so Evenepoel just makes sure he hangs on to the group. Mulberger, Schachmann, Landa, Bernal. We'll see if McNulty loses any time. I'm hoping he's close enough to these guys that these 37 will all be on the same time. It's okay if they're not. I mean, it's not a big deal if we lose a little bit of time with McNulty. We'll see how the standings are. I would imagine those 29 will all be on the same time. Or more than 29 anyway. McNulty, 35, 40 riders or so. See, better angle? Yeah, you can see him coming around the corner. Raining heavily for this one. So this was stage 3 here for Catalunya. Just about halfway point. Big bunch sprint, but out of guys that are not sprinters. Some are faster than others. Matthew still leads, so he was there, just didn't have enough to actually sprint it out. Evenepoel. So we're down to 27 riders. So they did give us a split time. McNulty losing 20 seconds. Actually, more than that, 24 seconds. Remember, he had that 4-second advantage. And you can see a whole bunch of guys. That's the ones who were with him. Down to 44th. Those guys aren't totally out of contention. I mean, 45 seconds isn't bad when you're only 20 seconds down. Mountain stage, you'll see a lot more than 20 seconds. But for the most part, we're down to 27 riders in contention. And you'll see a few of those, like Michael Matthews, will not make it over the mountain.
It's strung out too far, or it's going to start breaking up.
70K to go in the Queen stage. We're on Category 1 climb right now. Then we have the Alls category climb. Then we have the uncategorized final climb. The finish is not at the top of it. You do go over the top a little bit before we go into the finish. Breakaway itself is already starting to split up a little bit, even though we're not even halfway up this first climb. But the peloton also splitting up. First one out the back for me, James Mather. So Mather goes out the back, and even that's with a 70 mountain rating. Logan Owen, he's done. He's heading out the back. I expected the full team to get over this one, but the pace has been high enough that we are doing some damage here. So Gino Mater is right there. I need you to protect Evenepoel. Thank you. Felchi, you need to protect McNulty because we're already down to 4 riders. That's ridiculous. Barta, Owen, both going out the back. Owen splits off. Barta makes it over the top, but he's got no energy. Felchi's got no energy. Mater just a little bit. What the heck? I need to get water too, and we're down to 33. Mater, get water real quick before we hit this flat section. 44 riders in the peloton. This is rough. This was unexpected. I knew there would be damage, but I didn't think it would be this bad.
There's an attack in the leading group. Some riders were not giving it their all and sharing the pace.
If we're down to this now, I don't think there's much hope for us that Evenepoel will make the top of this climb. I think he will get dropped probably before the group is below 15. I would think somewhere between 20 and 15 is where he's going to get dropped. We'll see what we can do. Right now, Peloton's at 80. Mater and Felchi, though, as we hit the base of the climb, they've got nothing. We're still over 20K out, and we're already going uphill. So it's about a 21K climb. It's intense. Last 2 riders from the break are just 45 seconds away, so they're going to fade pretty quick. I want to drop this down to about an 85, so we last longer, even if it means we go backwards and get dropped sooner rather than later. Felchi and Mater, though, they're done. So let's switch this up. No. Okay, we'll just put you on maintain position because you're trying to
The pack is slowly whittling away the lead.
do something not useful here. Alright, we'll ride from the back with these guys for a little bit. Field's starting to stretch and thin. Pace is not bad right now, actually. It's given a chance for some of these guys to hang on. But now we're seeing the pace pick up ever so slightly. And riders are fading and dropping and splitting off. 14K to go, and McNulty's hurting. There you go. Now these two have been dropped. Set them both to automatic. Felchi and Mater out the back. 58 riders left, and McNulty is already near his end. Let's use your gel, please. Try to hang on for a little while if you would. "53 riders left. Breakaway's long gone. So winner will come out of this group for certain. McNulty hanging on, still giving Evenepoel some protection even though he's now behind him. But game mechanics, the way they are. If you're close, you're still providing protection. 50 riders left. I'm liking this pace. This is really helping Evenepoel. Nobody's attacking right now. Now with an acceleration from Ineos. Gegenhardt coming up. This is gonna hurt because now Evenepoel is essentially riding solo. McNulty's too far away to give protection. So with 4K to go, we see McNulty fading. And he's about to lose contact. There you go, down to 42 riders now. Set McNulty to auto, and Evenepoel drop the effort. We're only 1K from the top. It looks like he is going to make it, maybe, over the top. Yes, he is. Ease up. I don't care if you slide back because you're going to recover on the descent, but we've got another little uphill, so I need you to recover a bit. 23 riders. I told you it would be somewhere between 20 and 15 where he got dropped. He was on the verge of being dropped, and we're at 23, so he just made it there. And he will get to this final climb in the main group that will contest the victory here. McNulty, 3.5 minutes down. Mader, Felci, 7 minutes down. Barta, 9.5. Owen, 14 behind. And Mather, 15, almost 16 minutes down. Evenepoel recovering fairly well here. Not a good downhill rider, but he is sitting up, so he should be fairly fresh for this final climb. It should hang in there a while. Might not get to 100% recovered, but he's in pretty good shape. Water-wise, I think he'll be okay. There you go. Oh, he is fully recovered now. Let's go to about an 82. Get back up to that nice front position. There you go. As we hit the base of the climb, we have 12K to go. And about 10 of that is up this mountain, meaning it's not as bad as the last one. There's that first one. This one, yeah, not quite as bad, but the finish actually goes back to an uphill. And for now, I am blinking red. I am getting hurt here slightly, but again, I'm trying to help my overall one rider out the back. And it's a jersey where it's Simon Yates out the back. Wow, okay. We've outlasted Yates.
It's in such percentages that the strongest can create some gaps.
Evenepoel, you can see he is slowly sliding backwards, but it's doing less damage this way by minimizing the effort level. It's helping him last. Down inside 8K now. Still 22 in this group. So Evenepoel right now, not looking too good. Time for that gel. We're getting awfully close to things being done. And we're also getting awfully close to the top. Maybe, just maybe, he'll hang on. Down to 20. We're in his window of going down. Let's ease off. 78. He's going to slide back quicker. But we're down to 4.5K. And really, let up 19 now. We're definitely in his window of going back. Gaudu putting the hurting on Gegenhardt, and here's the top. Here's the top. Evenepoel just hanging on. There's that climb to the end. He will get dropped on it, but he's at least survived the main climbs. But now with 1.7, he's got nothing left, so he's going to slide out the back here as we head into the finish. There's that final go, go, go. Can we not lose time here? Maybe, if we're lucky. Dan Martin, maybe. Bardet. Bernal. There's Dumoulin. Dan Martin takes the win. Can I do this without losing time? Be nice if I don't. Right now it's at 10 seconds. Conchi, Uran, Gaudu. We're going to take 14th on the stage. But it was 55 seconds behind, so we'll see if they give him 55 down. I wouldn't be surprised if they do. We'll see. 11 kind of came together, and then you had 16 or 2, about 8 riders after that. These guys certainly losing time. I mean, it's already 4 minutes. So we'll see how the standings are. It'd be really nice if they do what they always do and give that whole group the same time through Gig and Hart, maybe Padoon. We had about 16 riders there. But I wouldn't be surprised at all if they do give that split and I'm down 50 seconds. I don't know. It seems when I'm at the front, they give everybody same time. When I'm at the rear, they give time splits. As luck would have it. Luck does not seem to go my way. Time splits. 8 riders on same time. 3 riders 11 seconds down. Then 33, 41, 49. It was to be expected. And then, of course, these guys behind me are given the same time as me, even though nobody was on my wheel. There you go. Luck would have it. Told you I was going to be about 50 seconds down, though, so no surprise by that. But unfortunately, I do lose that time, and that does spread the field out a little bit. So Dan Martin into the race lead, Bardet, Bernal, Landa, Yates, Dumoulin, Moss, and then Mühlberger, all within a very short amount of time. And then Froome in that little gap there. Bennett, Uran, Conchi, Gaudu, Paulus, and I are a little bit off, but still within a minute. Under 25s, plenty of young, powerful riders here in contention. And as a team, I think we're going to lose a lot. Yeah, 14th. That's because we really don't have the strong climbers as a whole. We've kind of got one guy, and McNulty's the closest thing to support we have for that with 74. That's tough. Going forward, if we're going to really start competing, if we get into World Tour, we're going to need additional capable climbers. But we're definitely not in a bad spot. We're in a pretty good spot heading into these final stages. It'll be worth points, but it will set us back, slightly. 2 hills stages and 1 sprint stage left. So the overall should be relatively decided by this point. Just about hitting April to where all that fun's going to start. World Tour, Philipsen, McNulty after his win, Stradabianchi, and Narvaez is there. Godry has points. Evenepoel, just a little bit. But Continental, Mark Cavendish, hello. Jumps in just 3 points behind Evenepoel. Still with Dimension Data, but Continental Pro now. Philipsen slips a spot to 3rd. Of course, he's been doing mostly World Tour races recently, so he hasn't picked up Continental points. And Philipsen now leads Super Prestige. This is everybody. Evenepoel and 9th, so Philipsen doing a fantastic job. We're getting into enough World Tour races where we're picking up some pretty solid points. Also, 6 victories for him. Leads all as a team. World Tour, we're all the way up in 6th. We've done that well. Continental slipped to 2nd, though. Again, we have not had any Continental races in a while. But Super Prestige, Ineos pulling away. But we are in 2nd. Wow. Dimension Data also putting up pretty solid numbers there, in 14th themselves. But looking good. That's going to do it for this episode. I'm Decathlon Gamer. Thanks for tuning in. Be sure to hit that like button, and I'll see you next time. Bye for now.